Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Yes, I am very excited to be back on stage here in front of all of you here at the TEDxAmsterdamED Edition 2016. How's everybody doing out here? Is everybody doing okay? Everybody's feeling good? Yeah? Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. This is an exciting day of great speeches, to the ideas, the experiences, and today I got to really take my hat off to the production team. It's been a day of firsts. Our second session, all of the learning stations. Who out there did something out there that you thought, wow, that was fun? Yeah, the paper folding. Yeah. The interaction. Yeah, the interaction is what we love at these events, and I think that second session really did something special for us, and it was the first time I'd ever seen something like that happen in a TEDx program. So that was really exciting. And why I'm even more excited is the part that I get to do now, this part that I'm hosting, which is our first ever annual, I guess we can start calling it, TEDxAmsterdamED Awards. Okay, so that's the exciting thing that we're going to be doing right now. Yeah. Applause. This is an exciting moment for somebody in this room that you're going to have something to do with. This is what's really cool about this. We haven't chosen it. We have chosen up to a point, and now we're going to bring you into the equation, and you are going to participate in this great idea. So what this great idea is yes, it's the first ever TEDx Amsterdam Education Awards. The awards are introduced this year to accelerate what we think are great ideas at an early stage to help them have a bigger impact on education. There's three people that I'm going to call out here in just a moment. They're going to be sitting in these chairs, Daniel, Nathalie, and Michel. These three people are all owners of great ideas already that they have put into action. They're going to be pitching their ideas here on this red dot to you, the audience. And at the end of those three pitches, I'll of course ask them maybe one or so clarifying question after they finish their pitch. And then after that, you, the audience, are going to choose which pitch goes forward and wins the award. Does that sound good to you? Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me as well. Okay, so before I get started, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about what this means. 2 weeks ago, I had the privilege of sitting in on 15 pitches that were done in front of a panel. And out of those 15 people, these three moved forward, pitching their ideas to improve teaching, to improve education. These initial 15 people, weren't actually the initial people. 90 people had applied with their ideas in January to hopefully win this award. 90 people. This panel had to take from those 90 pitches, from those 90 ideas, 15 ideas, 15 initiatives to then pitch. And I have to say, I was not envious of their job. I didn't know who I would have chosen. I had no idea. I'm glad that was their job and not mine, because I personally would have loved to have given everybody an award for their ideas. So from 90 to 3, that's where we are now. I just wanted to say, as a teacher and as someone who has been involved with TEDx Amsterdam Education from the beginning, I was amazed at not only how many applications were sent in, but also how many people are already out there trying to make learning happen in better ways. And again, applause to all of you people who aren't necessarily coming up on stage pitching ideas, but who are implementing your own ideas every day. That's important, and we can't make light of that, how important that is. When you become a teacher, it's often out of a passion to make a difference. The reality, though, can often be much more difficult than you planned when you started off on your journey to too many, not enough time, too many students, too many classes. Really just trying to keep your head above water. These initiatives, I think, have this one main thing in common, and that is that they are striving to make learning better. More feasible, more fun, easier to facilitate, more creative, more future-proof. Yeah? They're people who are making a difference and helping the rest of us to do so. So I wanna get them out here. I'm excited to get them out. Did you want to meet them? Shall we meet them? All right, let's get them started. Now, I'm going to have them come on out here and have a seat, and then I'm going to tell you how this is going to go. So, if we could please have out on stage, yes, Daniel Haven, Nathalie Lecina, and Michel Visser. Welcome, guys. Welcome on stage. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to work. Each candidate is going to get 3 minutes. We're going to be very strict. Oh, there it is. Am I really out of time? Oh, it always happens to me. All right. 3 minutes. I'm, of course, going over time, and I'm getting the look, that look. After those 3 minutes is up, I'm going to ask them one final question, a 30-second wrap-up, and we're going to do that 3 times. After that, it's up to you, the audience, to vote and what you're going to be doing, and also the live streamers. Sorry, I'm not leaving you out. The live streamers as well are going to be asked to participate. And we're going to put the link back up. It was up for a moment. We're going to put the link back up. We're not going to distract you with it. Yes, we are. We're going to distract you with it right now. There it is. And we're going to vote with your mobiles, okay? And I'm going to have a little word to you about that in a moment. But I first want to get our pitches going. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. So the first person I'd like to ask up on stage is who? It's Daniel. Daniel Haven, are you ready?
I am.
All right, great. Daniel Haven, ladies and gentlemen.
The missing link in online education. I've experienced it myself when I was living in Amsterdam and following an online course. The normal thing of doing the normal course is to also do the online exam afterwards. But for the exam, I was actually asked to fly over to where I was following the online course, which was at an American school. Thousands of students today are following an online course, but for the exam, they are still requested to go somewhere, to a traditional physical room. Why is that? That is because the institute still wants to know who's actually sitting behind the computer and what the person is doing during the exam. And that is exactly what we have tackled. We have digitalized the classroom and brought it to anywhere around the world and facilitate online remote exams. And it's so cool because at this moment, we have students from New York, Beijing, Paris, all doing the exam from their homes, whenever they are. But what keeps me going is the fact, and it's in this pocket, I get emails from students from, for instance, Malawi. Manard Piri sent me an email last week saying how Proctor Exam opened up the opportunity for him to finish his online course at the University of Amsterdam. And that is what drives me. And my question to you, be part of it. Make online flexible exams accepted. That is the driving force for me, and I hope it will be the driving force for you as well, to make online education full cycle. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Great. Great. Daniel, great idea.
Thank you.
So the one question that comes to mind is, how do you do that? I think that maybe some of us are thinking that. How do you digitize the exam or your controlled environment?
So actually, relatively low tech. You know, the obvious thing that you would think is that you would be sending cameras left and right that turn around 360 degrees. I mean, that's not feasible for us as a startup. So we wanted to be creative about it. So what do? The student already uses his laptop for his online education. So we activate the camera so we see the person from the front. But that wasn't enough, because what actually happens behind the computer or underneath the desk, we wanted to see more of the room. And that's why we've coupled up, integrated the camera of the student, his smartphone or tablet, whatever he has, and connected this camera to the camera of his computer. And by having these two angles, we actually see 360 degrees of wherever the student is doing his exam. We actually asked the student to show the ceiling, because we had students putting sticky notes on the ceiling. So it's really a cat and mouse game. But the cool thing is that we're already working with 30 different schools spread out over Europe, and we need more schools to make it acceptable and to really give students from all over the world the opportunity to not only study online, but also get their diploma online, get the accreditation, because it's not fair. They know exactly the same as us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Applause. Great. Great initiative. I'd like to invite our next speaker up onto the floor, Nathalie Lecina.
Thank you. This is Lillian. She has been bullied for years. She even didn't dare to go to the supermarket anymore. And this is Wolkan. When his friend died, at age 18, he took care of the daughter of his friend. He dropped out from school. And this is Mohammed. Mohammed thinks he cannot become anything in this world because he's a Moroccan. He feels doomed. And I'm Nathalie Lecina. I'm founder of Studio Moyo, and I challenge youngsters from vocational education or on the verge of dropping out to become social innovators. How? Youngsters come at the studio because they need an internship and can't get it, or because an attendance officer calls us or a school calls us. When the youngster comes in, we have an intake. And the intake has only one rule. Everyone is of value. So it's up to us to open our eyes and seek for the value of that kid. And we connect his value to a societal issue. And especially vulnerability, when someone is vulnerable, it has a great opportunity to solve a social issue. Our results? We've been working now with 1,500 demotivated youngsters getting back their motivation for learning. And we've been working with more than 250 youngsters on the verge of dropping out, and 90% of them has finished school. Let's return now to my friends. Lillian is helping elderly people with starting dementia to gain self-esteem. She has developed kickboxing with elderly people and dementia. This is Volkan. He's now working with schools and attendance officers to make a plan for helping people, youngsters especially, who take care of someone else so that they don't fall out of school. And this is Mohammed. Mohammed is now making a documentary of successful Moroccan Dutch in the Netherlands. His documentary will be shown in classrooms, and he doesn't even realize the impact he will have. He's an anti-radicalization program on himself. And now, let's finish. I think changing the position of these youngsters has a very high impact on their lives and on their learning skills. And we can learn a lot of them. And what I would like to ask you is please vote Studio Moyo for the award, because I would like them to return it to them. Thank you.
Thank you. One moment, if you got one more moment for me on stage. A question I've noticed that you, out of your subjects, why are you choosing youth or youngsters from vocational educations?
Because I think that we are talking about half of our society when we are talking about, often we're talking about lower education. And when we're talking about lower education, we are making them have a lower self-esteem. So for me, I would like to just get rid of the term. Just let's talk about different kind of education. Thank you. And I think they're awesome for changing the world, for changing a lot of stuff. We need them. They're practical. Their ideas are worth asking for.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Nathalie. And last but not least, our third speaker, Michel Visser.
Hi, my name is Michel Visser. I'm the founder of Connected.com, which is a website which enables you to transform your neighborhood into your university. So think about it. What do you want to learn? Are you a lifelong learner? And if you want to learn something, where would you start? It was about 4.5 years ago, when I was still an actor, that I was heading home after rehearsals, and I sat in a tram behind 2 guys, and I was secretly over-listening their conversation. I'm sorry. And I found out that these guys were just rejected for a job interview due to a bad presentation. And I could have actually taught those guys something about presenting, something about storytelling. All the knowledge we need to develop ourselves resides in the people around us. Within that tram, within this theater, within your neighborhood. If we have access to the social capital around us, your neighborhood is your university. So how does that work? Well, if you go to Connected.com and you tell us what you want to learn, we'll actively ask around in your neighborhood, and we find someone who's able to teach you what you want to learn. And you meet offline in your own neighborhood. So how about we test it out? What would you like to learn? Yes, what you...
Something about India.
Something about India. Is there someone who could tell this person in this room about India? Can I see? Yeah, what's your name? Pim. If you could connect afterwards with Pim, he could teach you anything about India. It's that easy. See, learning doesn't stop after university. It actually starts. 80% of the skills we use in our professional life, we didn't learn at school. Our current education system is closed, and it's centralized around a curriculum and about an institute. But we, together, we can turn it into an access-driven and decentralized community for education, where you are owner of your own curriculum by tapping into the knowledge of neighbors, of professional teachers, and into institutes. And that's why we also look for collaboration with universities to offer specific courses which were only accessible for students formally. But Connected is not only used for professional development. No. Over the last 10 months, a lot of Syrian refugees got to the Netherlands. And what they needed was a local Dutch teacher. And via our platform, we connected them with local teachers to learn the Dutch language. For example, Hebba in Spakenburg. In Spakenburg, she found Gerlinde. And together now they are practicing by singing Dutch songs together. And this is how we do it. By sharing the knowledge, we can not only transform neighborhoods into universities, no, we can really make an impact in the lives of people. And this is how we make education by everyone, for everyone. Thank you very much.
Great, great. I got to hold you up on stage one time. Great, Michel, thank you. So the one question that I would ask you is, with so much available online, why is it important for us to establish an offline education base?
So together we are here today, together in this one room. And of course we could have sit at our own home watching the live stream, but there won't be the connection we have with our fellow visitors here and with the teachers we have. So I really believe in that there is a personal connection between teacher and student, and you need to facilitate that. So the difference between an online course and what Connected does is you can rewind an online course, but the answer will stay the same. And with your teacher, you can ask a question, and it's about you and about what you want to learn.
Great, great. Michel Visser. Okay. So those are the 3 pitches. That's what you get to think about now for the next few minutes. I would like to call one more person up on stage, and she had a big part in the coordination of this part of the program. And I'd just like to have her give you a little bit more insight on what building today meant. Can I have on stage, please, Ilse Kwijtaal. Ilse, please welcome Ilse on stage. All right, in her hand she has our award. Exactly. Bye, Ilse.
Hello.
Yeah. So what I'd like to do is actually have you explain a little bit about the award and what it was, what it took to put this event together, this part of the day together.
Well, thank you. I just heard that we got votes from all over the world, so that's great. Yeah, the award. I think all of you have seen the funnel we use for TEDx Amsterdam Education 2016, and I think that this funnel also symbolizes the awards, because of all these great ideas and beliefs we heard today, these 3 people managed to make something really concrete. And I hope all of you get inspired after this day and also start working on something concrete. After all the votes come in, yeah, I would like to ask the winner on stage, and the winner is going to ask all of you for support. This could be little things like being their ambassador, but also bigger things like getting an investment, for instance.
To elaborate a little bit more, that's important to say, we are going to, once we get the winner here and we've decided, oh my goodness. Wow, that happened a lot faster than I thought it was going to. All right, so Ilse has the winner, and as she was explaining just before the end, we are then going to, we're going to come to you and see if we can actually get this idea off the ground or further off the ground than it is right now. So, Ilse, you have a name in your hand right now. It's one of these 3, I hope it's one of these 3 names. Yeah. All the winners stand up, please. Yeah. Let's hear the name of the winner for this year's TEDx Amsterdam Education 2016 award.
Well, the winner is Nathalie Lecina.
Natalie. Yeah. Applause. Applause. Well done. Well done. Great. Great.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we do have the, oh yeah, good, thank you.
and
This is
tulips.
next up. We have flowers for everybody because we do really
Tulips from
consider
Amsterdam.
all 3 people on stage winners of this competition.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really great. Thank you so much for your voting. Thank you so much, Daniel, Michel.